So
we need to talk about
what you're getting me for Valentine's Day.
what do you want for Valentine's Day?
No. That's the easy way out.
What did you get me for Valentine's Day?
Why?
Right.
Why would that be your response and in that tone?
Because it's a common theme in society that generally, not for everyone, but for many, this specific holiday is focused on pleasing your partner, not pleasing yourself. And I'm being very specific in my words. And in our case, pleasing the female.
So, can you tell me any year that we've been together where I have not given you something for Valentine's Day?
No, I can't say a year, but that's not the point.
But I always get you something for Valentine's Day. But when I ask you, what are you getting me for Valentine's Day, you immediately get defensive. And then, well, what you getting me? I just can't wait for the playback because this is going to be good.
No, because I think it's important. It's important to
Oh, boy.
to speak on the. I'm not going to call it a fact. I'm being very careful with my words, ladies and gentlemen. Speak on the theme around. That's going to wear me out. Speak on the theme around.
Oh, you're going to wear me out.
Valentine's being primarily for women. Like, even look at the colors.
I get that. Red is your favorite color, so I don't care what you're talking about because you're.
I'm talking about like the pink around it.
No, but most of Valentine's Day stuff is red.
Like, how many men realistically like getting roses?
Okay, no, because that's not for y'all. That specifically is not for y'all.
Right, and that's my point. We don't have a thing
for
this holiday.
No, that's not. But that's
like women have a thing for this. Go ahead.
I'm listening.
You just want to show off your Gucci earrings.
Aren't they nice? That's not a rose. It's not red, but it's a gift from me to me. I'm fancy. But back to the original question. Why was it so hard to just give an answer? Why did it have to immediately go back to what I would be doing for you? Why was that your choice?
It was hard to give an answer. I didn't say it was hard to give an answer.
But you didn't, and you immediately got defensive. It was almost like, how dare you ask me what I'm getting you? What are you getting me?
No, that's not what I said, though.
All right, wait till the playback.
How dare you say, what am I getting
because
you?
Because what was the
that's
offense?
Not what I said,
Where did the offense come in? You definitely got offense. You can hear it in your tone.
No, it wasn't an offense. I was trying just to highlight, for the public's sake, that there is an emphasis on females during this specific holiday.
So in a moment where the emphasis could have been on your wife, you chose to address the public to emphasize the lack of things in society for you.
The lack of things in society for me?
That's what you say. You say this holiday is about women. It's not about men. It's not about y'all. That's what you just said.
It's generally not about us. Yes, that's correct.
Right, but you keep skipping over my question. Why in that moment did you feel like it was necessary to do that? You could have done that after you answered the question. You could have taken it and made it about yourself after. I'm just saying.
I could have answered the question first. You're absolutely right. And I could have also answered the question second.
Oh my God, y'all gonna know the name of this podcast before this episode is over. Y'all gonna know what this is. And I just want everyone to, just send me a prayer. Just send a prayer up for your girl, okay? Y'all see it.
Because I wasn't technically finished before you chimed in.
Was it work? Okay. All right. Well, Brian, what would you like for Valentine's Day?
Well, no, because I'm going to answer your question.
What would you like for Valentine's Day? I know you don't want roses.
I don't know what I want for Valentine's Day. I need to pray about it.
I can't. I literally cannot. All of that just to not know what you want? Okay.
In all your ways, acknowledge him.
I don't know how long we're going to have a podcast, honey. I just don't know how long we're going to have a podcast.
I should move this light probably. I don't know. I need more SD cards. My SD cards are like split in half. Although they still work. I don't recommend that to anybody else that doesn't know what they're doing, by the way. I could use a really, really good dongle. The dongle we have is cool. It's cool, but there's a better one for sure.
So you have 2 dongles.
I'm gonna tell you the problem with the dongle I have. I can't plug a USB-C data into that dongle.
Yeah, I know. But didn't you realize that when you did your research?
This particular dongle, I didn't do research because my last dongle broke and I immediately had to get a new one that day.
But that's not what you just said when we were in Virginia. You said, I researched. I scoured the internet for this dongle.
I looked at the reviews.
You looked at the reviews, but you didn't look at the inputs?
I didn't look at any videos, no.
You didn't look at the inputs?
I did look at the inputs, but I didn't read that the input was only going to be for power, not for data. And then even plugging in the power, it makes it extremely hot.
So your white and gray one doesn't work anymore?
White and gray one.
Silver and white dongle doesn't work?
Oh, no, that's the one that broke.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it happened from constantly having the dongle dangle over the side of the table. I'll say that.
So user error.
Yes. Which user is the question?
There's only one.
In this specific instance, it was 2. Because I left my computer here for you guys to go through the photos. And when I used the dongle the next day, it wasn't working.
I wish I would have said it because I knew you were going to blame it on me. I knew you were going to blame it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you. I just know that when I used the dongle the very next day, it wasn't working right. Hand to the man.
Yo, all right.
I mean,
Y'all keeping up.
I'm not saying it was anybody's fault.
Up.
All I know is one day it was working. I left it somewhere. I came back to get it. I'm just giving the...
With whom? You left a dongle here with me to look at what pictures?
Oh, it's probably pictures of Utah J and
Sheena.
Connecticut. Very nice pictures, by the way.
No, not true. Because you airdropped me those pictures to my own computer.
Honey, maybe it wasn't those pictures, but it was pictures that required me to leave my computer here so that you could look through them. And when I came back and got my computer and
Where'd
dongle...
you go?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I mean, because...
But wherever I went, I left that here. I do know that for a fact.
I don't believe you. Nope, I don't.
The fact remains, I left my dongle.
Because you go nowhere without your computer.
I went somewhere without my computer that day. It's when I came back to my computer after I went without my computer. The dongle wasn't working right. And I was like, why isn't my dongle working right?
So are you going to research a new one?
I already started that process.
Oh, there's a process this time.
Yeah, because I needed to specifically have a USB-C data port.
Yes.
And I needed to have a power port as well.
Yes.
Even if I got to plug the whole thing up to the whole thing requires power. I don't even care about that.
I do, because that'll be one more thing for you to leave somewhere.
See, she trying to throw shade, y'all. She trying to throw shade. I was rushing to leave work the other day because I was extremely tired, and I left my power supply to my MacBook at the job site. Then I get to the next job site the next day, and I realize I don't have my power supply to my MacBook. Didn't need my MacBook at that job, but when I got back to the hotel, I realized that, oh shoot, my computer's about to die.
And then you had called me this week to find your cards.
Oh, but I didn't misplace them.
And then
I just forgot where I put them. There's a difference.
And then I got a list.
I knew
Keep up with your stuff.
But I had to backtrack my steps. And as soon as I backtracked my steps, I was like, oh, they're in the car, in the armrest. Boom, it was exactly where I left them. And what else you got?
Lots.
Go ahead.
I won't do you like that, because I love you.
I know you love me, but it's cool.
It's almost Valentine's Day, baby.
It's almost Valentine's Day. What you want?
I want to go on a cruise.
On Valentine's Day?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to go on a cruise.
All right. You can go on a cruise.
By myself.
Oh, that's fine.
So,
You see, ladies and gentlemen, there was no flinch.
Please. I know you so well. There was
no flinch.
There was no flinch. But I remember asking you very specifically on another time. I said, hey, Brian, can I take a trip? And you said...
How many times you been to Florida without me?
Twice. I went with the kid. I ain't go by myself.
But that doesn't mean that the kid don't go to sleep or the kid don't go to the beach by themselves or,
What you afraid of?
I'm not afraid of anything.
So why would the kid need to go to sleep? And then what? What happens when the kid goes to the sleep or to the beach by themselves?
No, I'm just saying just access. Because you're trying to say that I have a problem with you going somewhere by yourself. But I just shared with you, not by yourself, but without me. But I just shared with you 2 examples of you going somewhere without me having an issue with it.
Without you, by myself.
Okay, well, go by yourself then.
And then what?
Nothing.
I know you well enough to know that I wouldn't be home 24 hours before you would be gone on your own trip somewhere.
I don't need to go on my own trip.
Saying, no, I don't want to go anywhere without you. You're my favorite traveling buddy. Hi.
Yeah, we have a good time. And we didn't explain where we are. So
we're in the upper room.
Because we have to explain it because every viewer might be different from the last time, or somebody who's seen us before. We might be somebody brand new that we don't know. So we currently are in the Spotlight, which is a selfie museum and a photography studio located inside the Columbia Mall, curated by the beautiful, what do you want people to call you?
True's wife.
Oh, get it. Oh, get it. Oh, she's True's wife. This is Tori. What? And also True's wife. Yes, and I'm Brian. A lot of people call me True. Well, whatever. Brian, True, Brian, or True, True, or Brian True, or True Brian. Just don't call me the N-word, and we're good to go.
I have another topic.
Go.
I really don't understand, and this is going to offend a lot of people. Like, we might get canceled. Should I go for it?
Yeah.
I don't understand people who bring big dogs into public places. I do not get that.
Oh, shoot. I got dog friends.
I like dogs. I don't dislike dogs. I dislike dogs in public places where they shouldn't be, like the grocery store, like a restaurant. I don't want your dog scratching and dander. I mean, I'm allergic to dog dander. and hairs.
Yes.
And it's like,
Non-human hairs. Not allergic to my pubes. I mean, she's not, and those are hairs.
you're right. I'm not.
Woof.
I love those pubes.
Woof.
They're my faves.
Woof. But I get your point. I wholeheartedly get your point.
Yeah.
In that someone could be allergic.
Right.
Like, and they
Or
can break out.
afraid.
Okay.
Or deathly afraid.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, now, all right, so you have the person that is, help me, Jesus. You have the
Been
person
traumatized. Hi.
that is,
How would you say help me, Jesus, like that? You knew I was going to turn around.
so
was that?
what y'all don't know.
Oh, man.
And we may just have to, okay.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to add this. Or you do it. Just film just like 10 seconds.
Okay.
So they can see what we see.
Okay. 0.5.
Yes, 0.5. Thanks, kids.
So this is Columbia Mall. And people are just walking by and seeing us do a podcast.
Right, as we get to see them also. And as you can tell, we like to people watch.
And sometimes people be looking crazy.
Yeah, so that's what y'all saw me do.
Okay.
I was asking God for some help. And
He needed it.
I did. And he held my mule. All right, so
He
back
didn't hold
to,
mine.
back to
Because I held it.
You did good.
Because God was about to let it slip.
Because I've seen some moments that loud laugh can
When
resonate.
I can't help it.
And I'll be like, oh, shoot, it's about to go down.
I can't help it. It's like from the depths of my soul laughter.
So that's 8 Crocs in the wintertime.
It's so many Crocs right now.
In the wintertime. Sorry, y'all couldn't see that. So this is what we're going to do
That's
for next
another
time.
thing.
We're just going to keep one face that way so that
So they can see. Ah,
for
that's
next
cool.
time. This is
Yeah.
just this is the introduction. We're getting our feet wet, trying to see how we like to set up. Trying to see how we like to set up. What I miss?
Your toes are wet.
Yo, I haven't had my feet done since not all summer
Don't tell people that.
and definitely not all winter. But no, you did my feet actually. You did my feet. Pardon me. I apologize. You did my feet. But I didn't get my feet done at the salon.
And clearly, I'm just not as good as the salon, I guess. So, doesn't count.
I didn't say you. I corrected myself.
So I'm messing with you. I know.
Okay.
I know. I'm messing with you.
So now the dog thing.
Yeah.
What if it's a service dog?
I don't care.
Okay, but I need the dog to move around.
Right, but then you don't go to a restaurant with your service dog. You go to the restaurant
But what
with
if I want to eat?
a service human.
I don't know.
I don't want dog hair in my food.
But my dog isn't going in the kitchen.
The dog is at the table next to me who has a dog allergy, and the dog is scratching and licking itself.
Okay, so how do we bridge this gap, El Puente? How do we bridge this gap? Because there are some people who are going to want to go out.
Oh, that might be something that can be an opportunity.
A pet-friendly restaurant.
Correct. And then you go there.
Or there is a pet-friendly protocol.
section.
Or like a smoking section.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you know what? Like a room. This is the dog.
This is where the puppies go.
Right. I'm not
Bow
mad
Wow
at
Puppy
that.
Town.
I used to work at
Shoney's.
last time. Yes, you remember. Good job. That's the last restaurant I could remember that had a smoking section, and I remember just walking past there.
And it being funky,
And
right?
I was a busboy at that time, and I just was not going in there to
No.
bust no tables. I just wasn't doing it.
And that's how I feel about the dogness. Like, if you put all the dogs in the area, right, eventually that area is going to smell like dog,
Yes.
which means that the general restaurant will ultimately be dogified if we don't put the dogs in their own doggy daycare.
Okay, got you. Now, small dogs.
I don't mind
thing.
small dogs.
Okay, now what's the difference?
No, I don't. I'm just saying I don't personally mind small dogs. However, they still need to be in Puppy Town.
Okay, so not in somebody's bag in the restaurant.
No.
You sure?
Also, I don't want the dog barking while I'm trying to eat dinner.
But what if we have Brooklyn at dinner and she is
A human.
I got you.
She's a human.
But she can sometimes be louder than a little puppy.
I don't care about that. It's not a bark. She's not barking. Thank God.
But she has some singing lungs on her. Mm-hmm. And no, still?
No. She's a human. She's not causing an allergy. No one's allergic to babies.
I got you on the allergy part.
Yeah.
But the volume part, you mentioned barking, and I get the barking. I was riding somewhere the other day, and I heard this dog from way over yonder in our neighborhood. And I was like, yo.
I feel like animals don't belong indoors in public spaces.
Okay, so we're going to put it...
I'm pretty sure I'm one of 5 in the world. But I just feel like, no.
Because what this opens up... Rob's getting ready to go there. Because what this opens up is a window for not just furry animals to be a norm, but reptiles to be a norm in public places.
Nope, that's not happening. And everyone would be offended if somebody brought a big old anaconda into a restaurant and just had it just chilling on the floor.
Yes, they would.
Next to, you know what I mean?
And you can't say you wouldn't. I know you, unless you're an anaconda lover or a python lover, you know what I mean?
I love anacondas.
Her anaconda don't. No, my anaconda. Oh! My anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, huh? She doesn't have an anaconda, thank God.
God knew.
You did. Okay, and we're just dabbling today because, you know, as we grow with this situation, we're going to see what ways we want to move and how we want to present. And this is just, again, we're just testing the waters.
Hi.
So we like to wave at people as they walk past the store. We might be waving at one of y'all because one of y'all might be watching this right now and be like, they were waving at me. You're welcome.
Excellent customer service at all times.
So let's briefly get into what this space is about. Like, we're currently recording the podcast in this space.
Yes.
So what was your thought process when you created this space?
Well, ultimately, the Black creators don't always have somewhere to go to create. You know, and a lot of times they are using their bedrooms, their homes, their inner city neighborhoods. Talk closer to the mic, baby. Would you like me to talk like this into the mic? It. I'm not touching it.
Okay, good.
Not yet. So anyway, our Black creators didn't have any way to create, and they weren't in the same pool to be able to make the money that the other creators were making. And so this space allows people to come in, pick a space or 2 or 10 or 20 or 30 and get busy. So you can TikTok in here, you can YouTube it in here, you can podcast it in here, and we have over 30 backgrounds for you to get jiggy with it. Ultimately, we are also a photo studio, so you can come in and do like 2, 3, 4 months of content in a day, as opposed to setting up photo shoot after photo shoot after photo shoot. Saves you tons of money on getting your makeup and hair done. You know, just get it done once, switch it up a little bit during your shoots here, and then you got months worth of content, and then you can focus on writing your captions and getting your hashtags. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that at Towson, and I saw that here, where someone came in and they took God knows how many pictures, and I just saw them on social, just
spread
one
them out.
group, another group, you know, same thing here, and you just spread it out, and it's awesome. It's a really good space to visit and to do what she shared. And I'm not just saying this because I'm her husband. I'm saying this because I also create content here, so it's a wonderful opportunity to do just that. We just answered 10 questions.
4.
It was only 4 questions that was on that list?
What
I felt like it was the list that you sent me the other day.
We didn't. Oh, I thought you meant during this time we've answered 4 questions. 10 questions, but we did 4 questions so far. Yes, there were 4 questions to that.
No, I kind of like where we're going now. I'm not gonna touch that. We'll save those questions for another moment.
Okay.
Let's get
Valentine's
into.
Day.
Say again.
It's Valentine's Day.
It is Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day.
I don't particularly like holidays, but I like Valentine's Day because it's about us. Like Christmas isn't necessarily about us. My birthday isn't necessarily about us. Thanksgiving is about everybody. But Valentine's Day is specifically for me and you.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like it.
We have a very busy Valentine's weekend, though.
We have a very busy Valentine's weekend. We're doing Galentine's Sip and Paint on the 10th.
What is Galentine's?
Galentine is Valentine's for the gals. For the gals.
Y'all heard what
For
she
the
just
ladies. You know I love the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
It's Valentine's for the girls.
Yeah.
Is there a Manentine's also on the agenda?
No.
Why not?
Because y'all don't come out. Nobody is come. Y'all men are, all right, put Manentines on the calendar and we're going to see how many tickets we sell for a group of men coming together
I don't
to
have
paint.
enough time to promote.
Yes, you do. I just started mine today.
No,
this is the first promo. It's not even on the air yet.
This is not the first promo.
It is.
How many tickets have been sold?
None. Not one.
Not one for any of the Valentine's events?
We didn't say any of the Valentine's.
Oh, you
we
specifically
said
talking about Galentine's.
Galentine's.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, continue on with your list.
Irk McGurk. So we have Valentine's for gal pals on the 10th. You get a sip and paint. We're going to come in here. We're going to sip. We're going to paint. It's going to be fun. On the 11th, we have pictures with Princess Tiana. No, it's not me. It's another one of our chocolate sisters, Sister Mookie, Sister NK Ingenge. And you're going to bring your little ones out earlier in the day, and they're going to take pictures with the princess. She's going to sing a song or two. It's going to be amazing. Then you're going to get out of here with them children. And the adults are going to come in, and the adults are going to have dinner, a 3-course delectable meal from our private chef, Mr. Aaron Brown. There's also going to be dessert. Chocolate-covered things. Yummy. Look at that baby.
The babies love coming in here.
And
the
then
parents my bad, go.
And the parents what?
The parents are always like, you can't touch that.
I know, they be like chopping their heads off.
Did you
like,
even ask if they could
go
touch it
in
first?
there.
Parents, why do y'all do that?
Yeah.
No, I'll digress. I'll come back. That's a post-it. We'll come back to that. Go.
So on the 12th, we're going to have adult game night for couples. For married couples, engaged couples, y'all are okay too. But you got to be making this thing last forever because we're going to be talking about married stuff. And don't no single people need to be all up in the married folk business because y'all point of view is going to be completely different. I don't care if y'all been together since 17 years. It's different.
This is a great prequel for that.
Yeah.
Are we both hosting that? Is that what's happening?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's going to be cool.
Yes, and then after, we do some fun games, we're going to have couples conversations. We're going to be talking about some hot topics. So the people are going to come in, they're going to drop, we're going to have little cards and pens and things, and they're going to write down some things, topics or questions that they have, struggles maybe, you never know. And they'll put them in the little bowl, and then they'll be anonymous, and he and I will then pull them out, and we will have conversations, and it's up to 20 couples. We got 20 couples. We got space for 20 couples.
Oh, wow.
We've sold 1 ticket for that event.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I sent out, I put it on the website yesterday. So that's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Not bad. And as we, we're going to push it after today. We're going to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And, either way, it's going down.
I need
so you
flyers.
might as well be here.
Can you make my flyers, Daddy?
Yes.
Please.
I need to,
Thank you.
This is me going through the space that needs to be carved out to find it.
Yeah, never mind.
No, it's not a never mind.
It is a never mind because somebody left their charger at work and therefore was not able to work last night, which means he's going to need to work tonight.
But you know what I really think that was? Outside of my negligence, we already know that. I made that mistake. I own it.
Oh.
But I think that also was just a moment for me to just experience other things.
Yeah.
Because, and this might be a good segue into another topic too, because as I was in the hotel room, and not only did my computer die, but the current charger that I had, it was a non-Mac charger that I had for my phone, the cable was going bad. So as that died last night as well, and I think it turned back on like sometime in the morning, something like that. But at any rate, overnight it was dead. So I was like, normally,
conveniently, as he was out of town overnight, all of his devices were just dead.
it wasn't even like that.
It's like,
What? But fellas, our situation is different in that I don't think you thought twice about it.
no.
Yeah,
I was knocked out.
that's growth for us for sure.
Yeah.
Because we haven't always been here, and rightfully so. And maybe we'll get into that as we progress along in our journey together. But all the devices were dead, so I decided I was going to actually turn on the television. I don't know how many times we're in the hotel together, and the television is just like background noise, like it's just on, but I'm not really watching it. It was cool. Watch some things I didn't normally get to watch. Realized HBO had like 10 channels. Didn't know that before. I thought it was just like 5. Thought it was like the family HBO, HBO Classic. Then it was the freaky HBO, and then it was HBO Espanol. But that was like 4.
Espanol.
But no, it was literally like about 10. I was like, it was crazy. But anyway, fast forward next morning, the cable for my phone is finally charged. Heading home, cable dies again, which means my phone dies again. And as opposed to me saying, I'm going to just pull over and get another cable, I was determined not to stop. Really just did not want to stop. I was ready to just get here, you know what I mean? So I was like, well, let me turn on the radio. I turned on the radio, and I realized that the stations in the place where I was were not the stations that were programmed in my car. So I had to do a scan. So, and this is where I really started to get just like a good message. And that is that as we go to different places in our life, if we want to experience what's next for us in that new place, we have to be willing to rescan. Rescan those areas that once were locked in. We know they work. They're solid. They're consistent. When I tell it to come on, it comes on. And it could be anything. I mean, it could be your pet. It could be your job.
It could be your wife.
I'm not saying that.
I am saying that. It could be your marriage that you need to rescan. Things that have worked.
Rescan the marriage, not rescan your choice.
Not your choice.
Okay, no, I wanted to be clear.
Yeah, I understand.
Because somebody out there be like,
Ooh.
I knew it, God. You were trying to tell me to rescan now.
No, rescan your marriage. I think that's good.
Yeah, man, because I was trying to go through the
Channels.
manually.
Frequencies.
I was trying to manually go through the channels, and I kept hearing so much static because I didn't know what the next available station was that was going to give me what I was looking for or what I needed for that new space. So I had to hit the scan button. What? My wife is a jerk, y'all. I love her to life, but sometimes she can be a jerk, and I'm so glad that was captured on camera.
I didn't rewind and see what I did. All I did was check the audio, which I'm supposed to do.
It's the look on your face.
It wasn't. I just looked. And
I hear it in your voice. See?
What? Yeah, I'm not a jerk.
She's not a jerk, but she's a jerk.
Jerk Von Jerkovich. That's you.
So See what she did?
I didn't mean to disrupt the moment. I was just checking your volume because you were increasing as you were preaching this message to the people. And I just wanted to make sure you weren't peaking so that you could actually use the audio and this clip of the video so that people can get the message. I didn't want the moment to pass and have not checked. That's it. That's all I was doing. Wherever you went, I don't know.
Thank you, baby, for checking the audio, because it's important.
Welcome.
Because had it been clipped, you know I would have been upset.
I know.
Yes.
So I was doing my part.
She was doing her part. In addition to that, she was also being a jerk.
How was it, though?
So my point is, one of my points is that identify the areas of your life that have been just coasting. And identify in that coasting when it's starting to get a little staticky.
Yeah.
Because you can feel when it's starting to get a little staticky.
Yeah.
You know? Right? And when it's starting to get a little staticky, you can't be scared to hit the rescan button and not to do it. That's what I was getting at. Not to do it manually. Because doing it manually, it's going to take a long time. You're going to keep hearing the static unless you know exactly where you're going. And oftentimes we don't know exactly where we're going. God knows exactly where we're going. So we have to depend on God to help us to identify what is needed in that new place.
Yeah. I love this message because I have the same, a similar experience driving from where we live to here. Because one day I had the radio on randomly. Same thing. Phone was dead, so radio's on.
Right.
And as you're driving, whatever station you have on, you start to hear another station coming through. And so you have two stations battling at the same time. And it's like you have to then figure out what's next. Where are you? Like outside influences coming to tell me I need to change to the next station, but that's not the station I want to listen to. I don't want to listen to country.
Right, I don't.
So even though country's starting to come in, I don't want to change the country. I want to fine tune where I am in the now so that I can have a consistent frequency, a consistent song, so that I'm not flip flopping. You know, this is what's coming, so I'm just going with what's coming next. Like I'm just going with it. Like, no, where am I supposed to be? You know what I mean? So
because what's comfortable is turning around. Like I know if I go back a couple miles, that station I was listening to is gonna kick back in.
Yeah.
You know, and that's being in a comfortable place, but that's not. The comfortable place isn't going to get you to that next.
it's definitely not. It never does.
It never does.
It never does. And that's why one reason why I push myself so hard now is because I'm like, well, the store is open. Okay. Now it's open. Now we can chill. It's like we can't chill.
No, we can't chill.
We can't chill. Like what's coming up next? What's beyond the horizon? You know, I mean, I do value and appreciate and respect the now moments.
Yes.
But I'm always preparing for what's next.
Yes.
Mentally, spiritually.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, a lot is relative, and I wanted some people communicate with us, and they share that we're an inspiration to them from what stuff that we do, and some of the things that we do to help us to get to that next place is not being comfortable. We're always working, you know. Now, granted, we're in a space now where we're rescanning and fine-tuning ways to spend more time with each other, to spend more time with our kids. You know, there was one time where it was just, we just were always working.
Yeah.
You know, and
it was hard work. It was harder work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like uncomfortable, irritating work, meaning coming home and when we do see them, it's like I don't even really have the mental capacity to deal right now. Like I need to decompress before I actually go in the house and engage my children. But now I love every single thing that I'm doing, everything that I'm working on or whoever I'm working with. I love all of it. It's not challenging to the point where it's like uncomfortable or an annoyance. It's like exciting because it's challenging. Like, woo.
Right.
We went from getting $100 clients to $100,000 clients.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
In the process of, and the process of the shift in my confidence for asking. Like, I remember when we first started doing like the shows and stuff, like, and people would say, hey, you know, can you bring the band? It's like, well, can you at least pay us $500 so that everybody can get $100? Now I'm like, you want me to sing at your wedding? Grip, stacks.
This is what it's going to be.
Hey.
What's up, big brother?
Stacks, like, and with no thought. Like, I used to really like penny pinch, like, well, if I want to take home 100, everybody's gonna work for 100. Like, well, maybe I don't need to get paid this time, and I can just do. Like, no, I want to get paid, and I want to get paid well. Why? Because I deserve it.
Yeah. And that comes from rescanning.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and in the season, giving everybody $100 was where it was.
Yeah.
And everybody was good at their craft. They gave a great performance.
And they needed it.
Yeah, and they needed it.
$100 was clutch. It wasn't like, oh, this little measly. It was like, oh, yes, thank you for this gig. Thank you for this $100. And now, you know, like, even somebody reached out the other day for me to sing at their wedding, and I was like, how much do I want to pay the band?
Yeah.
How much do I want to come home with?
Yes.
Like, what is it worth for me to prepare to sing at your wedding?
Yeah.
For me to get coverage for my store, for me to make sure my children are where they need to be, to find an outfit, to find the songs, to learn the songs, to send the songs to the band, for them to learn. Like, all of that stuff costs. And people don't be thinking about that part. You just coming to sing for 45 minutes? You just coming to sing for 2 hours? It's like, and
Beyonce just charged $24 million.
I'm trying to charge $24 million.
Absolutely. And I was like, but I understand it though. 24,000, right?
24,000 for a gig. I mean,
it's levels. It's levels.
Like Beyonce.
It's levels.
I ain't going like that.
Yeah, and it's like, and being in the industry, we understand what it takes at that level.
Yes. Did you see it? Did you see any of it?
No. I saw some clips.
Oh man.
But I didn't see
the
I've been
whole
there,
thing.
so I know. You know what I'm saying?
No, like, it was not any show that you've ever been a part of.
It's next level like that. It's $24 million worth.
It was 24. The stage, you know how like a large stage?
Yeah.
There was behind it like a whole world that was a part of the show. Like, she's teeny tiny down here on this.
Oh, right, because they in the desert.
It was just
right.
Grand.
Yeah, they got space. Yeah.
Grand. And everything was a part of the show. It wasn't just empty space.
Right, I understand.
It was stuff.
Yeah.
Going zones.
I'm
it was
sure
$24 million worth of stuff.
I'm sure they're going to publish it.
I don't know.
You think it was a one-time only deal?
Yeah, all those concerts like that over there are. I am the prince of.
Oh, right. So nobody else get to see this.
No, I paid the $24 million. That's for me. Now, Beyonce is Beyonce, so she might have worked something out.
TV
but I don't know. Because it wasn't supposed to be any cameras in there.
Oh, I mean, you know.
Of course.
Right.
Oh, because if I'm coming to because you didn't perform just for the Prince, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
it was Atlantis.
Babe.
I think it was Atlantis in one of them countries. I forgot.
Dubai.
I mean, but
I don't know.
Right.
I'm just talking.
It's over there, but it was
over
a
there
new Atlantis. Yeah.
Elsewherian. Oh, look at that. That was a granny.
It was a granny.
And it wasn't even a colorful granny. It was colorless.
It was?
Yes.
And it was a wagon?
That was that.
Oh, wow.
Bless me. Don't forget about me. It's not too late, Lord.
Honey, your thing is fine. I love it.
I know. Thank you. I just, you know.
You want some more?
Rescanning.
Okay. Rescan.
You know, it was fine for 2022 and before.
I understand that.
As in 2023, baby.
Yes, we rescan. I got you.